It was not just Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach's music, spirit, and approach to prayer that drew people to him, but his major teachings caught the imagination of many. The essence of his teachings captured numerous themes, and he stressed that learning Torah is the key to Jewish spirituality and survival.
In December of 1972, Reb Shlomo finally gets married and have two daughters, Neshama and Adara, in the years right after. And Reb Shlomo's traveling continues and continues, and the songs, that gate of the nigun, of the melody, gets richer and richer. And he's traveling all over the world, and the songs are being sung all over the place. But his teaching, him being a Hasidic rabbi who was teaching, is really by now only really taking place amongst the hippies, amongst his followers. The world still is not ready yet for him to be the teacher that he was. He would say very strong things in between songs, but to sit down and learn, that's really only taking place in the house of love and prayer or in people's homes. And this is where we are in the mid-70s, early 80s.
So sure, there are a lot of reasons to be sad, but there are millions of reasons to be absolutely ecstatic and gewalt.
He told us many stories about not judging from the surface, but judging from the inside. You never know what another person is going through. You look at a person, there's a story from Rabbi Aryeh Levin that he used to tell us and was well known, that he used to go shopping in a little hole in the wall in Machane Yehuda, in the market. And one time, this shopkeeper invited Rabbi Aryeh Levin for a party on Saturday night, called a Malava Malka. And he agreed to come. But then as an afterthought, he said, what kind of a party is this going to be? I don't know what I got myself into. But I promised I would go. I have to keep my word. So Rabbi Aryeh Levin went to the party, and it turned out to be a finishing celebration of completing the study of the Zohar, the main book of the Kabbalah. And he said these seemingly simple people, these shopkeepers in the open-air market, are really deep scholars, and I didn't even know it. So Shlomo taught us to always look for the hidden side of another person, of another human being, what might be motivating them in their what seemingly gruff behavior on the outside. Look for the soul inside.
You know, friends, children, when they are born, you don't have to teach them how to love. They love anyway because God taught them how to love.
This is the Carlebach Haggadah, Reb Shlomo's Haggadah. It's called the Carlebach Haggadah Seder Night with Reb Shlomo. And he says that on Seder night, death and everything that's unholy is wiped out from the world. The tree of knowledge brought death to the world, and it made everyone either good or bad. The tree of knowledge is all head, but the tree of life is heart. A pure heart is a vessel for the utmost joy. As we say, Uleyishrei Leiv Simcha, which means that for those who are upright in heart, there is joy. If I'm completely alive, I can love everything. If you love someone with your heart, I don't mean emotionally, but deep inside, nothing can change it. Imagine if you're very tired, you're about to go to sleep, and then the person you really love comes to visit. At that moment, you get a new infusion of life. Even greater, imagine a person's on his deathbed, he's about to die, and the person he loves comes in. He can't die then, he's so connected to the tree of life. We have to teach our children, first of all, to love the world. We have to show them the beauty of it. If we teach them from the tree of knowledge first, we're bringing death to the world. If I tell them there are so many criminals in the world, every third person you meet is a criminal, then what will happen when they're sitting in class? They'll look at their classmates and think, this one is bright, this one is stupid, he's ugly, he's terrible. First, you have to connect them to the tree of life. People, nations, don't all think the same way. They're all so different. They can only make peace by holding on to the tree of life and saying, we don't mind how you think, what your beliefs are. We love you.
We have to dig out the deepest depths of our religion, the deepest depths of our knowing the world.
Mainly to smaller groups of people who realized, oh, we have a giant amongst us. But like we mentioned before, that the world wasn't ready for this kind of So to be teaching on this big, tremendous general level, not only is the world ready for it now, the world is waiting for it now. Because his words and the learning and the understanding of God's word that he was able to convey was meant for our generation and the generations to come.
He was the most amazing human being that I've ever met. He had the most unbelievable presence. He had such depth of wisdom. He had such warmth of character. And his words always cut to the chase. He could sum a person up in 2 seconds, and he could speak to their heart, and he could connect with people. He was very controversial when he was alive, but at his funeral, all the great rabbis of Israel stood up and said, we need to ask for mechila, forgiveness, for what we've said about this man. And it's so strange that after his death, it seems as if he's become more universally accepted. Some of the people say, there's a parasha in the Torah called Achrei Mot Kadoshim, that after a person dies, only then do they become holy. I suppose like an artist, posthumously they become great. And I think many of us now recognize his greatness. 17 odd years since his passing.
Good Shabbos. Yom Shekula Shabbos. We should live to see the great Shabbos. Thank you so much.
Rabbi Shlomo Carlebach once said, there is a tear inside every song. Don't wipe it off. It is my gift to you. And from me, it's goodbye for now. But we will be back same time next week, so please do join us. And if you'd like to catch any of our previous episodes, you can find them on our website at www.spiritsister.co.za. As always, from me, Nikki, and the team, shalom and have a safe and peaceful week.